Chobe National Park, in northern Botswana, has one of the largest concentrations of game in Africa. By size, it is the third largest park in the country, after the Central Kalahari Game Reserve and the Gemsbok National Park, and is the most biologically diverse. It is also Botswana's first national park. Geography and ecosystems. The park can be divided up to 4 areas, each corresponding to one distinct ecosystem. The Serindela area, situated in the extreme northeast of the park, has as its main geographical features lush floodplains and dense woodland of mahogany, teak and other hardwoods now largely reduced by heavy elephant pressure. The Chobe River, which flows along the northeast border of the park, is a major watering spot, especially in the dry season for large breeding herds of elephants, as well as families of giraffe, sable and Cape buffalo. The floodplains are the only place in Botswana where the puku antelope can be seen. Birding is also excellent here. Large numbers of carmine bee-eaters are spotted in season. When in flood, spoonbills, ibis, various species of stork, duck and other waterfowl flock to the area. This is likely Chobe's most visited section, in large part because of its proximity to the Victoria Falls. The town of Kasan, situated just downstream, is the most important town of the region and serves as the northern entrance to the park. The Savuti Marsh area, 10,878 kilometers too large, constitutes the western stretch of the park. The Savuti Marsh is the relic of a large inland lake whose water supply was cut a long time ago by tectonic movements. Nowadays the marsh is fed by the erratic Savuti Channel, which dries up for long periods then curiously flows again, a consequence of tectonic activity in the area. It is currently flowing again and in January 2010 reached Savuti Marsh for the first time since 1982. As a result of this variable flow, there are hundreds of dead trees along the channel's bank. The region is also covered with extensive savannas and rolling grasslands, which makes wildlife particularly dynamic in this section of the park. At dry seasons, tourists going on safari often view warthogs, kudas, impalas, zebras, wildebeests and above all elephants bullying each other. At rain seasons, the rich birdlife of the park is well represented. Packs of lions, hyenas, zebras or more rarely cheetahs are visible as well. This region is indeed reputed for its annual migration of zebras and predators. The Linyanti Marsh, located at the northwest corner of the park and to the north of Savuti, is adjacent to Linyanti River. To the west of this area lies Selinda Reserve and on the northern bank of Kwando River is Namibia's Mamelai National Park. Around these two rivers are riverine woodlands, open woodlands as well as lagoons, and the rest of the region mainly consists of floodplains. There are here large concentrations of lions, leopards, wild dogs, roan antelopes, sable antelopes, hippopotamuses and above all enormous herds of elephants. The rarer red lectri, Satachanga or crocodile also occur in the area. Birdlife is very rich here. Between Linyanti and Savuti marshes lies a hot and dry hinterland, mainly occupied by the Nogat sawgrass woodland. This section is little known and is a great place for spotting elands. Park history. The original inhabitants of this area were the San Bushmen. They were nomadic hunter-gatherers who were constantly moving from place to place to find food sources, namely fruits, water and wild animals. Nowadays one can find sand paintings inside rocky hills of the park. At the beginning of the 20th century, the region that would become Botswana was divided into different land tenure systems. At that time, a major part of the park's area was classified as Crown land. The idea of a national park to protect the varied wildlife found here as well as promote tourism first appeared in 1931. The following year, 24,000 kilometers to around Chobe district were officially declared non-hunting area. This area was expanded to 31,600 kilometers 2 years later. In 1943, heavy tsetse infestations occurred throughout the region, delaying the creation of the national park. By 1953, the project received governmental attention again, 21,000 kilometers were suggested to become a game reserve. The Chobe Game Reserve was officially created in 1960, though smaller than initially desired. In 1967, the reserve was declared a national park. At that time there were several industrial settlements in the region, especially at Serindela, where the timber industry proliferated. These settlements were gradually moved out of the park, and it was not until 1975 that the whole protected area was exempt from human activity. Nowadays traces of the prior timber industry are still visible at Serindela. Minor expansions of the park took place in 1980 and 1987. Elephant concentration. The park is widely known for its spectacular elephant population. It contains an estimated 50,000 elephants, perhaps the highest elephant concentration of Africa, and part of the largest continuous surviving elephant population. The elephant population seems to have solidly built up since 1990, from a few thousand. Elephants living here are Kalahari elephants, the largest in size of all known elephant populations. They are characterized by rather brittle ivory and short tusks, perhaps due to calcium deficiency in the soils. Damage caused by the high numbers of elephants is rife in some areas. In fact, concentration is so high throughout Chobe that culls have been considered, but are too controversial and have thus far been rejected. At dry season, these elephants sojourn in Chobe River and the Lunyanti River areas. At rain season, they make a 200-kilometer migration to the southeast stretch of the park. Their distribution zone however outreaches the park and spreads to northwestern Zimbabwe. References: Elephant culls in Chobe. External links: Official Botswana government page on Chobe National Park, Chobe National Park website.